From Svitek comes a weekly digital series where he shares his insights, concepts, and findings learned during his 15-year journey of working in the entertainment industry. Each lesson offers you a roadmap to overcome the challenges that all artists face on the path to success. Welcome to a Svitek podcast.
Hello, I'm Phil Svitek, 360 creative coach, and it's my pleasure to help artists such as yourself master mental fortitude. In this lesson, I want to tackle how Stoicism and Stoic philosophy can actually help your creative journey. It can actually help your life in general. So one of the first things that we have to do is define what Stoicism is. There's this misconception that a Stoic person is devoid of any emotion, doesn't care about anyone or anything, and that couldn't be further away from the truth. Stoicism really aims to put emotion aside so that way you can go with your core values in life and make the right decisions, make the right actions in moving forward. And it's about honoring who you truly are, right? So take it this way. Any creative journey that you go on, and especially the greater your dreams are, the bigger the obstacles that you will face. And as you face these, you're going to need to be able to overcome them. Now, how you overcome them is by having a clear head. Stillness is a big aspect of the Stoic philosophy. In fact, there's a great book by Ryan Holiday that I recently read called Stillness is the Key. And it's about being able to block all the noise that's around you and make a key decision. Now, part of doing so comes from experience. There's things that you're going to face and you're going to make mistakes, but then you're going to be able to overcome other things in the future because you know from the lessons that you've learned through certain failures or those roadblocks how to surpass those. And the other form that you can utilize is by learning from others, right? Whether it be through books, podcasts, videos, whatever it may be. The wonderful thing is that people throughout all the centuries have shared their knowledge, and if you learn from them, that can help better fortify you so you know from their life experiences how to navigate certain circumstances. Now, granted, life's ever-changing, and so you can take certain principles, but it's not always going to provide the right specifics. For example, let's go back a couple years ago when podcasting was just beginning. You do the best you can with principles, but podcasts weren't like a thing, and so no one had the full specifics. So, there's a little bit of a give and take, but overall, the idea is to get to a place of full clarity rather than, and when people say emotion, I don't think it's being emotionless, but it's cutting out the emotions that deter you away from having that clear head. So anger is an emotion that takes you away from having a clear head. Sadness, sometimes even overjoy can be a form of that. And so Stoic philosophy really is about humbling yourself. It's about practicing and understanding your place in the world. One of the ways to do that is to journal and meditate. So these are kind of a couple of the things that you can start with, and also knowing that in the grand scheme of things, it's okay to mess up. It's okay, you do the best with what you got, and also knowing that a lot of people, ego is a big form of why a lot of things take you away from having a clear head. So the ego says that it's all about you. So whether it is overconfidence or imposter syndrome, those are both domains of the ego equally as dangerous, because it's saying to you, like when you have the imposter syndrome, people think you think that, they're gonna rat me out, they don't trust me, and so forth. You're spending so much time thinking what other people think as opposed to just being able to do the job. When you have overconfidence, you think you can't ever make a mistake, therefore you will, because you overlook certain aspects. These are all principles of Stoic philosophy that when you actually, the main part of it is just being conscious and aware. It's it's kind of like an interesting thing. You want to be present, but you don't want to be thinking about being present, because as soon as you start thinking about being present, you're not present. So in a way, it's tough to explain in that sense, but there's a lot of wonderful resources out there. Like I said, the Stillness is the Key is a wonderful book. The Obstacle is the Way is another one. The Tao of Seneca is another fantastic resource. But when you start to embrace Stoic philosophy, and again, this video, the scope of me teaching Stoic philosophy is just too grand for this video, but I hopefully have introduced it enough to where you deep dive, and that's the kind of fun part about learning philosophy. I think a lot of people think philosophy is this age-old thing and only just for brainiacs, but it doesn't have real-world applications. What's wonderful about Stoicism, and in fact a lot of ancient wisdoms, is you can extract these principles and apply them to your life. Always, it's not enough to just learn these things, you have to apply them to your life. And so one of the easiest things that I've been doing lately is journaling. Journaling has helped me a lot to get certain thoughts out of my head. Like, no longer am I storing things in my brain that whether I'm happy about or nervous about or whatever else may be, because now I have room to think new thoughts and not be worried about X, Y, and Z. So journaling is an actual great tool. Meditation is the other one. But these are just a few of the things to get you started, and I sincerely hope that you deep dive into Stoic philosophy, because it truly will unlock your life and be able to overcome any hurdles that comes in your creative journey as well as your life. If you want to talk more about Stoic philosophy, please let me know in the comments section. I'll be happy to converse with you there. I will continue to do more videos in the future about Stoic principles and things like that. Now, you might not know that they're Stoic principles, because even if you look at many of the past lessons that I have taught, there is Stoic philosophy ingrained in it. I just don't necessarily call it that. So that's kind of the cool part about Stoicism, is that it applies to a lot of aspects of life. You might actually know a lot of things already without knowing that you actually know it. And that's a big part of Stoic principles, is this idea that you just kind of check yourself. You just are aware of the things that you're doing so that they're in line with your spirit, if you will. So if nothing else, always give a pause and ask yourself, what is it that I truly want to accomplish? If, again, there's things that are going wrong, take a moment, collect yourself. It's okay to release some of that energy, even through a primal scream if you must, but then, okay, now how do I move past it, right? So that's, if nothing else, that's a main thing that I would urge you to say. Like, honor the fact that you have those emotions, but try to honor them and say, okay, that's fine, but that's not, they're not who you are, they're just of you in that moment, and then move on. That's it, right? I know it's simpler said than done, but you are capable of it. So anyway, I hope this sort of meandering ramble is beneficial to you. It certainly, Stoic principles have helped me tremendously. And like I said, subscribe to this series if you haven't done so, and that way you can continue to learn more and more. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm at Svitek on social media, and I hope to see you next time.